Welcome back to Bangers and Smash. On this episode, we're cooking up a bloody storm. If you're a movie fan, you've seen it. If you're a Tarantino fan, you've seen a shit ton of it. And if you're a budding filmmaker, there's a good chance that you will need it. So in this episode, I'm going to show you my recipe for making fake movie blood. Blood. What do pirate vampires use to cross the sea?
No idea.
Blood vessels. There are companies that make fake blood, but it's so easy to make with a few simple ingredients. So this is my recipe for making movie blood. So some basic things that you're going to need are a big bowl, something to mix stuff with, food colouring, cocoa powder to give it some chocolatey flavour, and most importantly, corn syrup. So there are some optional ingredients that you can add to this recipe, which include washing up liquid, Kodak photo flow, and I'll explain a little bit more about that later on, water, and vegetable glycerin. So first and most important is your food colouring. You can use liquid food colouring for this, but I found that the powdered variety works a bit better. Now personally, I go with a food colouring that errs a little bit on the side of orange. Not to everybody's taste, but use what you can. But this is my preferred food colouring for blood. Okay. Oh shit, it's all come out. Yeah, food colouring everywhere. Doesn't taste nice on itself either. Yeah. Tastes like salt. Yuck. Yeah, I know, I've got it everywhere. So if you're trying to make a Spock samurai video, just replace the red food colouring with green and you've got alien blood. Next up is a bit of an optional food colouring, but I like to put a bit of violet in there. If you look at your veins, they're a little bit blue-green, so I find that a little bit of violet helps improve the look of the blood a little bit. Personal taste. Just don't go crazy with it. Next up is corn syrup, the base of any good blood recipe. Now I've run out of vegetable glycerin, and if I did have some, I would probably add about 25% vegetable glycerin to the corn syrup when I mix it. It's just something I've always done and tend to find that the consistency is a little bit better, but you don't have to do it. Now you could add some of the optional ingredients along with this, like liquid soap and Kodak photo flow. Both of these products do improve the flow of the blood a little bit, but they make it non-edible, and in the case of Kodak photo flow, slightly toxic. So I like to have my blood edible, so we can put it in our mouths. Doesn't matter if it gets in our eyes. If it gets in the clothes, it's not gonna kill everybody. Kodak photo flow won't kill you anyway, but my point being, I like to have it so that we can use it in a way that's non-toxic, 100% edible. And finally, cocoa powder. I find that adding a little bit of this at the end of a recipe can help make the blood look a little bit more realistic, and it also forms clumps that almost look like coagulated blood, so, or congealed, depending on what you want to say. But I find that this is a must. It also makes it taste of chocolate, which is great. And obviously, if you want this to look a bit more like a Japanese samurai film with blood squirting out everywhere and you want to put it in water pistols or whatever, once you've mixed up this recipe, just add water to it. That will thin it down and you can use it for crazy projects. So after you've mixed it up, you should end up with something that looks a bit like blood. Doesn't actually taste too bad either. Would you like some? That should look real. Wait there, I've got an idea. So that's better. This will give you a better idea of what it actually looks like. We try not to get it on the Rode microphone, but it kind of looks like blood. So if you add a bit of photo flow and some water into it, you'll get more of a die-hard kind of blending into the fabric. But for thick blood, looks good, right? I don't want to get on the table.
Yeah.
So yeah, a little bit of creativity and thinking outside of the box. I think this looks good for cheap fake blood. Anyway, I better go and clean up some shit. Bloody shit. Until the next video, thanks for watching. Goodbye and good luck, and make some bloody blood.